Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's 6 p.m. and this is the Blount County Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for June 2026. We are now in session. To begin with, we will call a roll. Are you going to, Jim? Are you going to call?
We can.
Okay.
Larry Chesney,
Here.
Bruce Damrow,
Here.
Joe Everett,
Here.
Stan Hedrick, Brian King, John Rush are not present. We do have a quorum.
Okay. All right, we have a quorum. One of the first items on our agenda that we have to do each time we meet is have a public service announcement. And it's a recorded message. Can it play now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation and alarm was sounded, everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell and do not use the elevator. Once you've reached the main floor, follow the exit signs and exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
Okay. All right. Continue with our agenda for this evening. Let's see, where is that?
Approval of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Minutes from the last meeting, approval of minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion that approved as read,
Second.
as written.
Okay, all in favor, aye? Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. Moving on to our first item on the agenda tonight is a special exception request for multifamily development at South Odell Road, West Lamar Alexander Parkway. Is there someone here representing the party that submitted this?
You did,
Yes, I'm sorry,
you do oath.
the oath? Oh. I was going to do it when the first person came to speak, but, okay. There we go. If you are going to speak at this hearing tonight, you're required to swear an oath that your statements will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge. So if you're intending to speak, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and recite this oath. Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the information and answers you provide to this board tonight are true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, first item on the agenda, the special exception for multifamily development at South Odell Road and West Lamar Alexander Parkway. Would you like to give us a little brief of that, Thomas?
Sure, I'd be happy to do so, Mr. Chairman. Thomas Lloyd, Blount County Development Services. Before you tonight, we have a couple of projects actually fairly similar, but I just want to really briefly go through the staff report, and if you need details, there's lots of details in there. This property, for this case, is zoned suburbanizing. The applicant is requesting approval of a 300-unit high-density multifamily development, and it's a 27.39-acre parcel. High-density multifamily development is regulated by several sections in the zoning regulations. Among those are that it is a planned unit development, so it comes before this board as a special exception, which is obviously why you're hearing it tonight. There are some other particular things to this. Has to be at least 15 acres, which it is. There's some additional buffering requirements, open space requirements, amenity requirements, very specific location and access requirements. In particular, high-density multifamily has to have its primary and principal access onto either 411, 321, or William Blunt Drive. There's a lot of other things in here. Staff would submit this staff report to the record to show that the plans as submitted, they do comply with all the applicable sections of the zoning regulations with regards to the design. There's some other additional attachments that have been provided to you, things that we have requested of the applicant to provide to us for your review and consideration. They did provide a traffic study. We've got some additional information from utility providers. One of the things I'd like to point out, and this was actually a typo on my part, but if you go to page 7, which is the transportation section, it does note that the primary access is from Lamar Alexander. Secondary access is from South Odell. The traffic study lists a number of recommended improvements and design elements of the project which have been incorporated into this. The Highway Department actually negotiated with the developer to have the traffic study indicate that widening of South Odell would be required. That's being shown. And I don't know how I did this, but I wrote signalization at Big Springs. The signalization is already there. It's actually at Big Springs and William Blunt. The traffic study recommended revising the timing of that intersection and that light. So this was maybe misleading, or it wasn't intended that way. I simply left out a couple of words. Remember that Lamar Alexander and Big Springs are state routes, and so all of that will require TDOT approval on the final design and permitting. To my understanding, the applicant has already engaged with all of the other outside agencies that are would be involved with this, utility providers, TVA, et cetera. So with that, the staff does recommend approval, but as a special exception, remember that y'all will have to find, subject to the additional findings that are required as part of a special exception, specifically the ones that you shall approve if, or you shall deny if. And so any motion you'd make should reference those. We also would say that any approval will be subject to all county and TDOT permitting and TDEC permitting, all the other outside agencies permitting. Prior to issuance of any permits, a pre-construction meeting will be required, and any work within the county's right-of-way to South Odell would require coordination with the Highway Department to include MOU, or a memorandum of understanding, as to the responsibilities there. So with that, I think I will hand it over to the applicant. I think they may have a presentation or something that they were going to do.
Can I ask you a question first?
Sure.
Go to that map.
Which page is that, sir?
Sheet C200.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Which roads are these?
To the top of the page, which is the north, that's Lamar Alexander. The one going to the west is Odell, South Odell.
See in this group?
The one coming down on the left-hand side of the page is what?
That's South Odell, the one that
It's what?
South Odell, which touches the project, and then the one going north-south on the left-hand side of your paper, that's William Blunt. Okay? And then the one going east-west on the north of your page is Lamar Alexander Parkway.
Is this William Blunt here?
It should be the,
That's William Blunt.
This is William Blunt?
I think so. No, yeah, because here's the highway. This is 321, 04, 321. That's William.
This is 321. This is William Blunt.
Does that help, Larry?
get on the freaking tree.
Does that help you?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Got it, got it.
Do you have any?
Ready for questions? Okay. People for it?
Yes, ma'am. If you would, state your name and also write your name on that piece of paper, ma'am.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Pamela Thompson. I'm with Hill Point. We're excited at the opportunity to become a part of the Maryville-Blount County community with our workforce housing. And we prepared a brief presentation. That said, the staff has done a very thorough staff report and provided you all the information, and I want to respect your time. So I'm happy to show you that, or I'm happy to be available if you have questions.
Okay? Would you-
Show it? Okay, perfect.
I can't see it.
I can see. You can see it? I like to look sideways. That's my best eye on this.
Sir, you can push the button on your screen.
Right here.
You can see it on your screen.
Which one, this one?
Let's go here.
That one? That one?
Yes.
There we go. There.
Yes, sir. Okay, does everybody have it on their screen? Great, thank you. I wanted to tell you a little bit about Hill Point. You can see our team, we're working with Sterling Engineer. We had Kittleson do all of our traffic engineering to make sure we were planning correctly, and Thomas Lloyd and the Community Development and Development Services staff have been great to work with. We are a workforce housing company. We build high-quality housing, rental housing for the missing middle. Those are your young professionals that make too much money to have subsidized housing, but don't make enough money to live in quality housing, and sometimes have to live in older housing while they're younger in their professional career. Our product is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, dual master, 1,170 square foot apartment, 3-story garden style walk-ups. They have quality amenities, a resort style pool with cabanas, a gym, a pet commercial pet bath station, pickleball courts, fire pit, dog park. And again, workforce housing is that 80 to 120% adjusted median income, and we provide that by controlling the entire, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button. We control the entire process. We acquire the property, we build and develop it, and then we own and operate it and manage it. So we're a long-term neighbor, and that way we make sure that the property remains a high-quality property that residents will be proud to live in, and you'll be proud to call your neighbor. This is just a sample floor plan of our product. I'll quickly go through these slides. Here are pictures of our outdoor amenities. This is the interior. We do high-quality quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances. We provide high-speed fiber internet. That's a view of our clubhouse. We do have office space in there, a cafe. If someone works from home, they can reserve the space if they'd like to host a small meeting or take a Zoom call from a different location than their home. These are just details about it. We are proud of our product. We are wanting to make sure our mission is that the missing middle, the essential workers in every community, have high-quality place they can be proud to live while they can afford it and have money to enjoy their lifestyle or save up for home ownership if that's their ultimate goal. Again, at a glance, we're little over 27 acres, 300 units. As Mr. Lloyd said, we went above and beyond the required road improvements at the request of the County Highway Department, and we're actually improving some of South Odell that wasn't necessarily required for our project. We want to be a good neighbor, and we want it to be easy for our residents and the neighbors to get around that area. We are investing $58 million into this project. We have the community amenities. This is compatible with the zoning, and as the staff report said, we're compliant with everything in the zoning code and for the site plan, and we are going to be making a positive community financial impact in the long term. This is the site plan. You have a hard copy in your packet. You see the north area and the south area. This is just a brief checklist that we do meet the zoning compliance. I won't belabor that since that's in your staff report, and Mr. Lloyd confirmed that for us. And that's the presentation. I'm available to answer any questions you have. And we have some of our team with us this evening so that if it's a question I can't answer, they can. You're welcome.
What's your staffing to operate?
We hire on-site management. We'll have a community manager, some leasing agents. We have maintenance staff. Do we typically have about 14? About 14 people that manage a property.
14 people.
Yes, sir.
It will be serviced by Maryville Sewer.
Yes, sir.
To that note, what he mentioned, there's a note in here questioning the ability to be serviced by gravity sewer from the city of Maryville, directed to the developer.
We actually have all of our utility will serve letters, and
I'm sorry, ma'am.
we have all of our utility will serve letters. That's a letter from the utility that has seen our design and the amount of utilities we're going to produce, and they say that they can accommodate that.
That wasn't the question I asked.
I
The
apologize.
question I asked was, the note that's in here is, will you be able to service your project with gravity sewer? It questioned your ability to be able to do that.
We're installing a lift station.
You're gonna put lift stations in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that's not mentioned, then, that I was able to find anyway.
Now that's not mentioned on the City of Maryville letter.
Yeah, that's not mentioned on their letter. And
Is that in the conclusions?
Hmm?
No, I'm talking myself, because it should be in the, if they're gonna put a lift in there.
So you're saying that should be on this letter from the city of Maryville?
That's what I was, it doesn't
There should be
specific, it
something
says,
Specifically in there that tells
Yeah.
us if they're gonna put a lift in there.
It says, as he just said, it says it's gonna have gravity flow
that's what it says.
from the lift station. No?
Probably not for a lift.
No, that letter, as I understand it, is that Maryville is agreeing to provide services to that development, assuming that they are going to build gravity flow system for the city.
That's what it says.
That's what the letter says that we have in front of us, yeah,
That's what the letter says.
if it's feasible.
If it's feasible, we question the feasibility of that.
Yes,
So
sir,
I'm
let me
guess
check.
what I'm hearing is, you're going, it's not, from whatever the gentleman that answered for you, said you were gonna have to put a lift station in. So you're gonna have to build a lift station in order to get, sewer to a point
Yes,
where
sir.
you can.
To the
put a
connection
gravity
point
flow.
with the city, yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see that in front of us, though, that you're going to put in lift stations. Unless I passed it up, I don't see it.
I didn't see.
Look at this map and tell us where you're gonna pump the lift stations to.
Yes, sir. Let me look at my team for a moment so that I get the right person up here to answer that question for you, okay?
Yeah. I don't see it in there anywhere.
Good evening, I'm Marcus Wiedauer, and I have been sworn in.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I was just letting them know, I'm Marcus Wiedauer, and I have been sworn in, so.
Okay, yes, sir.
What was his name?
Marcus?
Marcus.
Yes.
I am, yes, ma'am, no problem at all. I'm not sure if I can write and talk effectively, so let me finish that. Yes, sir, to the point, we will be installing a lift station at our expense. It will be into a force main that will then gravity flow from there. We will pump to the point where it will gravity flow, but we will have to install at our expense a lift station to achieve that.
Okay. If you install that lift station, it's gonna be, the burden will be on you to maintain that. And
That is my understanding as well, yes, sir.
Your lift station pumps into a Maryville city that's already under pressure, or you will take it all the way to the gravity flow?
We will take it to the gravity flow.
Your responsibility is to take it to the gravity flow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else on that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You have
Okay.
other questions?
Here,
You got one?
Okay.
Tom.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
This is the one next to the school, isn't it?
This feeds in to the Maryville treatment station. And there was a church that requested to tap on to a Maryville city sewer that runs right in front of their property, and it was denied. So we have a church that's equivalent of a 3-bedroom house that was denied. And here, we're going to put on 300 units. As we were working through that, the state stated that the city of Maryville treatment plant is now out of compliance with the state requirements. So my question is, here's someone who wanted to put a one-house equivalent, and now we got 300 going on. And it sounds to me like we're making a bad situation worse. And it doesn't seem right that we deny a single church, single house equivalent, but we're going to put on 300 units. Doesn't make sense.
So, I'm not sure that was a question, but Maryville sets their own policies on who they allow to connect or not connect. We have no control over that. You know, it is their system. They own it. They maintain it. They receive the revenue from customers. And they have their own policies on connection or not. I did want to say one thing here, and I don't know if maybe this is, I don't know if this is what's going on, but you'll notice that this letter from Maryville was dated back in February. I think they have done work from February up to this time on the design of the sewer and stuff. So I think this was the original, and then since then but I'll let them speak on that. I appreciate what you're saying, Larry, and you know,
I hate to ask you to come back, but I still have a question on this topic. The letter that we have says contingent upon gross residential extending wastewater sewer development, which is the city of Maryville's public gravity sewer system, to the parcel, and you have to, of course, to their standards. So is your understanding that they are going to require you to build and pay for the extension of services to your property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is gross residential one of the partners or in this project? Because I don't understand
I would need to.
it looks like it's the name of a company here.
May I see that?
Sure. Okay, this is the one that I'm looking at. I've got the wrong one. Sorry. I picked up the wrong one. My apologies, sir.
I stay confused, so it's okay.
How close is this to the high school? The property line, I should say.
How close is it to the high school?
I think like 2 miles.
Okay, all right.
Is this down the road from Stennett's Auto Repair?
I'm sorry?
Is this down the hill from Stennett's Auto Repair?
Do you know that?
It's not? It's not?
It's in that general vicinity, but it's across the road.
It's,
Okay.
it's
So
across
if you're at
321.
Stennett's, you're going down the hill, and it's on the left, as you're going down the hill, it's over on the left before you get to Dollar General.
Okay.
Anybody else for it, or again?
Okay. Anything else? Thank you again, sir.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Anybody else want to talk about for or against it?
We don't have to ask.
Okay. Anybody against or speaking not in favor of it?
Is there anyone here that is not in favor of this?
She raised her hand.
Sure.
Honestly, I want to know how much it's going to be for affordable housing. What do they consider affordable housing? I think that's a very good
Why don't you have her come up? She has a
No.
question.
Yeah, if you have a question you want to ask us, and you need to come up here. And please state your name and write your name on that piece of paper.
My name's Julie Carabia.
I'm sorry, you'll have to,
Oh. My name's Julie Carabia.
yes, ma'am.
So my question is, how much do they consider as an affordable housing? Housing has skyrocketed in our area. And I think that that is important to know if they're going to include the lost middle, how much are they talking? And does that jive with what truly would be the lost middle in our area?
One of the situations you'll have is two diametrically opposed things here. One is affordable housing, the other one is obtainable housing. We have somewhere between, correct me if the figure is somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 units we need for obtainable housing. So, so there is a difference between like a Section 8 and those types of things. So those are things that we might look at,
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want to address that?
So I'll take the opportunity
Okay.
to say that we get this question clearly a lot, right? And the only way that we can achieve that is through our vertical integration, having everything under one roof. So we like to come in $100 to $200 less than anything else like us in the area. So we are projecting at 1675, which is 10% less than anything else in this market.
Okay.
1675?
Yes, sir.
And that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath
Yes, sir.
unit?
It is apples to apples. We are 10% less than anything else in the market.
Okay. Thank you for that information. That's a monthly.
I have a question on the recommended improvements on page 16. Are you going to do those recommended?
We've accepted all
You're
recommendations.
going to do all the, bring Odell Road to the county standards?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, if you don't have any other questions about this, is there a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve it as based on the evidence of the testimony that we've had so far, based on section 11.5, that they comply with all our criteria.
Okay. All right. Is there a second?
Do you need a second so you can vote?
We do.
Allow a second so you can vote.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All right. Ready to vote?
My screen didn't come up. There we go. Turn that on. Push that on. There you go. It'll take a while to come up. That's to approve the conditions.
Explain, Thomas, if you don't mind, because that's
Okay.
incorrect. It's on the board.
This, I can let you do this, Mr. Lloyd, if you would like to, or I can either way. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this body is a 5-member board. In order for anything to pass, we have to have at least 3 voting members in agreement. Since there's only 3 of us here tonight, we have to be unanimous. And as you can see the results, we're not unanimous at this time. We can entertain another motion, which would be, the other option we have would be to deny. And I believe we would probably end up with a similar result, not being unanimous. Now, we can go ahead and do that, gentlemen, if you would like to complete this process.
Somebody's got to make the motion to deny it.
Okay. Is there a motion to deny?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
So they can apply again.
So this motion is to deny.
This is to deny.
To deny it?
It did not pass.
Okay. We still did not pass. So your request for special exception at this time is not approved.
But
So can you explain where they can go from here, Mr. Lloyd?
Yeah, I think one option, if you all choose to do so, you could table this to the next meeting. That way, you know, with the idea being break the tie.
Yes, and that's it. That's an
you know,
option.
I think you need a motion to do that and see if you all,
That's an option that would allow the applicant to exhaust every option they have as well.
And get more members here.
And we could get more
that,
members.
I mean, that's the
Whether or
idea,
not
is
have-
to
don't have to be.
get an additional member here at the next meeting. The next meeting date will be, Michelle, isn't it?
It's July 2nd.
I thought it was after we moved the date, didn't we?
So we need a motion for that?
I thought it was, but looking at the calendar,
Okay,
it is scheduled for July 2nd.
okay.
Okay. I would have asked also, like, I mean, they do have to, there is a time restraint on us as far as rendering a decision.
There is, yes, sir.
we
So
have
you'll,
to be
you'll
within
need
that.
you'll need to make a decision at that
Yes,
meeting.
okay. So, gentlemen, is there a motion to table this?
I make a motion, we table it till next month.
We're tabling it for it to be on the agenda next month.
Yes, next
Yes.
month.
A second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second.
We agreed.
Okay. So that motion passed. Folks, I guess we will see you in July. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, my only trepidation is that what Maryville does, we have no control on. So are we trying to make Maryville lose their money? Okay, I just want to know what your thought process is. I don't,
Okay. Next item on the agenda. Special exception for multifamily development at 3652 US 411 South, Maryville. Mr. Lloyd, would you like to tell us a little bit about this one?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is similar in some ways, different in some others, but again, we're dealing with a planned unit development because this is high-density multifamily, which is subject to approval of a special exception by the Board of Zoning Appeals. The zoning's a little different on this one, the zoning map, rather. This is split between commercial and suburbanizing. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference because commercial refers back to suburbanizing for these types of uses, so it is allowed in both as a special exception. We're dealing with three different tracts of land here, all, you know, conglomerated together for purposes of this application. Total here would be 524 units. Again, across these three tracts is about 41.1 acres. The density there works out to be just under the maximum, so it is in compliance there. Again, detailed in the staff report, compliance with the increased buffer requirements, increased open space requirements, amenity requirements, density, I mentioned that, served by public utilities. One of the key differences here is this is only accessed by 411. So there is no alternate path for secondary access. So in those cases, the regulations requires internal looping to get 2 points of ingress and egress onto that main corridor, which they have provided. They have worked with TDOT, and so that is controlled by TDOT. They would be responsible for ultimate approval and permitting of those points of ingress and egress. They have been working with TDOT on that, have received, I think, preliminary approval to do so. That's about it. Again, staff would submit this staff report as evidence that the project meets all the requirements of the zoning regulations. And as a special exception, y'all would need to make a finding that either you approve it because or you disapprove it because, and those are listed in Section F and G in 11.5 special exceptions. As far as recommendations, again, recommend approval if you can make those findings, subject to any and all applicable county and TDOT permitting, TDEC permitting on stormwater erosion and grading. The 3 tracks would need to be platted into one, so we need to go through the platting process on that. One reason is because the requirement is that it's under common ownership. Obviously, the other reason would be we'd be dealing with internal setbacks and buffers and things, which doesn't make any sense at all. So that would be the other main requirement. And of course, we would require a pre-construction meeting prior to any development begins. So I think you've got folks here to represent this project as well, and I'm sure they'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay.
Thomas,
No,
let me ask you a question. You're going to 411, and you can turn left on the Dragon at 129. This is up the hill on the right before you get to Co-op? There's an auto repair shop on the right going up the hill?
Sir, this is directly across the highway from, what's the auto repair place?
C&D Tire.
C&D Tire. This is directly across the road from C&D Tire.
I think there's a Dollar General store next to it or something.
There's one down the little ways, yeah.
Down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, yes, sir. You're representing the applicant, sir?
Pardon?
You're representing the applicant?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I have some handouts here to follow along with a quick presentation, if you'd all like to see those.
Yes, sir. Sure. And if you would state your name, please.
Yeah, my name's Rick Porter.
Yes, sir.
I am the architect and director of development for Gross Residential.
Richard Porter.
Richard Porter.
Porter, yes, sir.
I also, in addition to myself, I have members from Los Design, who's our civil engineers and land planners, and also CDM Smith, who does our traffic studies and engineering for us. If you all have any questions for them, we'd be more than happy to bring them up as well. A little about Gross Builders. We're a 110-year-old company. We've been in Tennessee for about 25 years right now, and we're privately funded by a single family. So we're family-owned, privately funded. We are also vertically integrated. So I'm the director of development. We do our development work. I have some members from with me here that are our general contracting arm. We also have a financing arm, and we also have management. So you can see we stay involved in these projects from A to Z and maintain ownership of them. So we really try to become members of the community. So if there's any issues down the road, anything you need to talk to, you might get my name again down the road because we're across the hall from each other, and all of our departments help each other. A lot of times construction will help maintenance do things, we help finance. So just a little background on who we are. This location, as stated, is across from C&D Tire, just south of 129 in the intersection of 411. We are in the Maryville urban growth boundary in a designation of commercial and suburbanizing in the Blount County Comprehensive Plan. So we're in compliance with those documents. We feel our project aligns with the Blount County Comprehensive Plan because we're supporting economic development. We're expanding housing opportunities and preserving some housing affordability in the area. As stated, this project is 13 acres of commercial zoning, 27 acres of suburbanizing zoning. The special exception is within the authority of the BZA grant, and everything we've done is in compliance with the zoning resolution. We're not here to ask for any variances to the resolution to be able to build this project. We find that multifamily projects, we expand the tax base, we generate employment opportunities, and we're a catalyst to growth, which generally increases the property values of the area. Our site plan that you have before you, 41 acres, and like I said, there's two access right on Highway 411, which is a arterial highway which is recommended by the Comprehensive Plan of Blount County. And the internal circulation helps keep the traffic from going from one point of the site to another as they enter our site. We have a clubhouse, pool, amenities. You have a package there that shows all of our amenities. And we have a recreational corridor. And we like to center the clubhouse in the middle of our project and in the middle of this recreation corridor. And we're actually providing, exceeding the requirements for required recreational area in this project. And the other thing we've done here, we've used cluster design planning principles. So what we did is we took our buildings, we clustered them closer together, and we were able to preserve a lot of the natural buffer that's already on the perimeter. We were able to avoid any wetland and water resource impacts, so we don't have any of those on this site. And we were actually able to provide and maintain 52% green space on this property. As I stated, we were able to preserve a lot of the natural buffers. There's a couple areas that we are going to add some landscape per the buffer requirements of the zoning resolution. We're fully committed to being able to do that. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to enhance the buffer along Highway 411. So not as a requirement, but what we're going to do is we're going to add our own trees and landscaping to that to kind of soften that transition as you go from the highway into our residential community. So we thought that'd make a nice roadway, nice frontage for the property, be nice for our residents to come in and have that buffer. We offer a range of suites, 1 to 3 bedrooms, about 850 to 1,400 square feet. Granite countertops, tiled bathroom floors, luxury vinyl tile, carpeted floors in most of the other rooms. Each resident also has a private outdoor balcony. So they have a comfortable, secluded space that they can go spend some time outside. We have in-suite laundry. We have a lot of storage, walk-in closets throughout these. And that also, we provide a nice spacious kitchen with an island that serves as a focal point of our suites. If you look at the architecture, see that these are 3-story, and none of the structures exceed 35 feet in height, which is a requirement of the zoning regulations and also the scenic highway regulations, so we're compliant with both of those. Again, our central clubhouse provides offices, pools, fitness center. We have detached garages along with the surface parking, and we're compliant with the zoning regulations for all of our parking. Our buildings have a combination of red brick, cement board siding, and architectural shingles. If you see the elevations, we have 3 different color schemes. They're gray, blues, whites. That's the cement board color. And we mix and match those throughout the site so you don't have building after building just looking at the same, like they're all blue. So we mix and match those to create a little diversity in the colors of the buildings. However, the architectural context is still cohesive throughout the site. The general form of the buildings still remain the same. We just mix and match colors to give it a little difference there. Amenities and recreation. You have a couple pages there that show the amenities we offer, bark parks, outdoor cooking, grilling, pools. And again, we were able to provide, because of the cluster design, extensive green spaces throughout this for active and passive recreation. And we've enhanced landscaping throughout these recreation areas, provide shade, to provide a little softening to the whole area, to the recreational areas. And we figure this contributes to a better sense of community, contributes to better resident life in our communities. Quickly to wrap up here, project meets all local zoning requirements. We have will serve letters from all the utility companies. We do have a strictly gravity-fed sewer situation. We're going to extend like northeast towards 129 from our project, and that sewer will be available to Dollar General, the fire department, and then we're going to cut across the road and then tie in to the gravity-fed sewer by the new gas station there at the corner. We have water, electric service, everything like that, data, everything's fine, and of capacity to serve our residents. We're excited to be here. This is our first project in the Knoxville area. We're excited that it's here in Blount County. Like I said, we strive to be good long-term neighbors. If there's any other questions I can answer for you or my team can answer for you, I'd be happy to.
I have a question just about your, how long you've been in business. I think you said was along like 100 years?
This is our 110th year. So this year, I can't...
25 years?
Yeah, so we started in Ohio.
Okay.
110 years ago, immigrant family.
Okay.
And they started building houses, went to apartments, and we went down to Nashville about 25 years ago.
Okay, so you have been active in the Nashville area prior to this?
Yeah, actually, the Nashville area almost has more units now than our base Ohio area. So that's how much we've grown there. We have regional offices. Our corporate office is Cleveland. We have a region in Murfreesboro. We have another one in Huntersville, North Carolina.
Okay.
And so we've been watching the Knoxville area grow, and we just thought we'd come out here a little bit, and
Okay.
we
So
really love it
You're
here.
just moving into this area, but you have established considerable products in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
we have 5,200 units in Tennessee. So yeah, and
How many?
again, we don't. Sorry,
200?
5,200.
5,200
Yeah.
units, I think.
Oh no, just units.
Yes.
Units, yeah. I think there's probably roughly 15 sites in the Tennessee area right now. And that's where, when we set up in a region, because we are a build and hold company, we are here to stay. So we don't look like one project and we're out of town. We want to come in here, build projects, be members of the community. One of our successes, because when we come to boards, we follow through with what we say we're going to do. And one of our successes is that we've been able to have multiple projects in the same municipality, just because they go, okay, well, you guys came here, you said you're going to put this in, you did it, you're responsible owners. So yeah, we like you in our community, and we've had some communities where we have 3 to 5 apartment complexes.
Okay.
In the summary that I'm looking at, it says long-range planning should include the capacity to enhancements on 411. Your should is, will you? Are you planning on that?
Can you repeat the first part about the?
Yeah, the first part says long-range planning should include capacity enhancement at the Highway 411 and Calderwood Highway. My question is, should is different than you will.
Our TIA
Where you are.
recommendations did not state that we had any mitigation to do because of
Correct.
our project.
That's your recommendation.
Yeah, and then TDOT did come back to us and they requested a decel lane on the southern axis of our property to 411, just so people could slow down as they're turning into our one lane. And so when we talked to TDOT about that, we said, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So we're committed to that other lane there.
And that's one of the things we consider is the safety aspect here.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked the question.
Yep.
The decel lane will be coming out of town or going into town?
No, decel lane, if you're coming from Venor, coming to Maryville, our first entrance towards the south has the decel lane in it there.
On your site plan, that's on, appears to be a smaller entrance?
That is. Our main entrance, the northernly entrance, that's going to have some signage there and a main boulevard strip, landscaping. We're going to, the other side will be secondary, probably mostly a right-in for people coming from the south.
Yes.
And I have if you'd like to see a picture of the recommended decel lane and what we're willing to do, I can enter that into the evidence as well, so you'll have that.
Well, that decel lane, it will be coming down the hill, and you'll be turning right into your location.
Correct.
Correct. On your site, do you have elevators?
No, these are 3-story walk.
As you look at your site, the road goes down to where you turn off on 129. And what kind of water retention do you have going down the hill?
If you'd like to get into the details, I can have our engineers do that.
Do you have
But we
ponds?
do have stormwater, there's 2 stormwater ponds planned
That's my question.
in this area. If you can see on your site plan there's like some blue areas to the north and to the east of the property that are in the rendering you should have. And those represent the stormwater ponds. And we'll make sure, obviously, we're going to get all the permits from the county and from the state to be able to construct, install, and maintain.
So there's 2 exits, one a main and then a smaller one uphill.
Yeah, and it's only smaller just because the northerly entrance, that has a right in, right out, and an in, so it's kind of like a 3-lane access. The other one is a 2-point access, so you're either going right or left, or coming in right or left.
Okay.
Okay, gentlemen, do you have any more questions?
Not really.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. I'd like to be available if there's any other questions or comments to come back up and address you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Anybody can get it.
Okay, is there anyone here that's opposed to this?
My name is Tony Sadie. I live in the Lanier area, which is adjacent to where this development is going to be. I'm at the intersection of 411 and 129 several times a day. Little backstory to make sure everybody knows who I am. Obviously, I did not grow up here. I relocated here 13 and a half years ago. I own a business about a mile from here, and I have been in business for 13 and a half years. My area is Area 7. I pay city and county taxes as I have property in both areas. So this area is very important to me and its betterment. And I want to say this so that I'm clear to everybody. I like to see everybody do well. I have nothing against people making a profit or running a business. I think that that is important. However, for all the traffic studies that I have read about and heard about in that particular area where this development is happening, nobody here is sitting in that every day like I do. Unless I leave my house at 6 a.m., it takes me 35 to 40 minutes to get to 911 East Broadway, where my facility is located. It's 14 miles. We're talking about adding another 500 to 800 people potentially into one intersection there. And unless these people are going south to Loudoun and Monroe counties, then they are coming back into Maryville north, and it will add to that congestion that we have along 411 heading into town. Not to mention, we just had a death at Brick Mill less than a year ago from, the traffic situation there. It's right up the street. So, I mean, unless there's going to be more police presence in the area so that they can account for poor driving or for, the extended amount of people that are happening over here, I strongly stand against it. Not to mention, I have a lot of experience living in cluster developments. I'm from Chicago. We had lots of them. And what I do know about them is that when you start putting 400, 500, 600 people together in an area, we generally don't have less crime. It generally picks up. And living adjacent to that area, it's very rural where we're at. I don't even think the Lanier community has 550 homes. I mean, we're pretty small. And as far as property values, which was brought up in here, again, I've never been in an area where a cluster development went up and the properties that were in the area and surrounding area went up in value with it, with the amount of people that come in, the amount of cars, the noise. I'm sure these properties are beautiful. I've seen some of the new developments that have gone up here, and they are very nice, and, obviously they demand a good value for them, but I've never seen any developments that have gone up in an area that have increased the value of the surrounding homes. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anybody else want to talk about it?
Do you have something to add, ma'am? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
My name's Julie.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi again.
So, excuse me, although I live in Rockford now, from 2023 to 2025, so 2 years, I lived in Von Orr. I work at Springbrook at the Wellness Center. I traveled that road 2 years, and let me tell you, it was, I can't even imagine that number of people living in that area coming from Von Orr to Maryville, slowing down, having that traffic. That is a huge concentration. So it took at least 35, 40 minutes for me to get home, go back and forth. That's one issue. My issue is the concern of the safety coming up over that hill. I mean, he mentioned from the Von Orr area coming down. The gentleman before me mentioned about the fatality. I drove up on that right after it happened. And let me tell you, that was horrific. I think it was 3 fatalities, maybe more. It shook me up because I traveled that road every day. So I give caution as someone who did travel that road twice a day, every day for 2 years. That's a lot of traffic in and out, and the safety, I think, would be of great consideration for y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Gentlemen, do we have any more questions? Is there anything for Mr. Lloyd or the applicant? Yeah.
I just tell you, Tom, I got a question. Did the office receive any additional negative comments about this development?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Are we ready to make a motion?
Yeah, the reason I asked about the highway, what was in the proposal here was simply on that aspect of safety about the road. And in the study indicates that that should not be a problem, if I read it right, correct?
It said future consideration.
Yeah.
I would defer to the traffic engineer who prepared that study, who I believe is here. If you have specific questions about TDOT's recommendations, or TDOT's.
While he's coming up, where does the Maryville sewer system line go to today?
The new Easy Stop.
Yes.
It's right up at the intersection.
Yes.
It's on sewer.
Okay.
And there is a lift station there, just across,
129 Smokehouse?
Clover Hill. Okay, so right across Clover Hill, right in that corner, there's a lift station right there. So that's what they'd be getting to.
Okay, so they just have to go down the hill a little bit and tie in.
Correct.
Thank you.
My name's John Gould. I'm with CDM Smith and responsible for the traffic impact study that was prepared for the site. Happy to answer any of your questions regarding the traffic impacts. The question about the long-range planning, with background growth alone, the intersections does start to approach capacity at around 90% of capacity of the intersection. That's with background growth. This development does not have a significant impact to that 90%. However, you're within 10% of reaching capacity. So yes, over the next, beyond the next 10 years, some planning needs to go to occur to make sure that the capacity is maintained beyond just the current levels of service and, making sure you don't actually go over capacity.
Okay, thank you. Anybody?
Since you're mentioning 90% versus 100%, is 100% capacity considered a acceptable level of use?
What we look at is around 90% is actually about the threshold, and that's where we're at.
Okay.
So the level of service is our good level of service. The intersection delays overall are acceptable. The development itself has minimal impact on those delays, and the level of service is maintained from background conditions.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds to me like it's close. It's close.
Like I said, with background conditions, we looked at about a 2% growth rate for 411, and that alone brings it up to where it's about 90% of capacity of the intersection.
Okay. Yes, sir.
This particular development adds about 212 peak hour trips, which are distributed between the north and south. So again, the intersection can absorb that with the 90%.
Okay.
Refresh my memory. At the Easy Stop, at the red light, there's a turning lane both going in and out of town, correct?
I'm not sure, but say it again, please.
You know where the Easy Stop is, that intersection? You turn on 129?
Yes.
There's a red light there, but there's a turning lane in the middle for people turning left coming both ways. Is that correct? Anybody remember that?
There is a center turn lane there.
Is that right? I think going into town and town, when you get that red light, there's a turning lane for you to be able to turn left, whichever way you're going.
Yeah, 411 is a 5-lane section that has a 2-way left turn lane, pretty much the length of the corridor.
Thank you.
You prepared to make a motion? Okay.
Just so you know, I've got the same objection.
Okay. All right. Is there a motion?
Yeah. I make a motion to approve based on the evidence that we have in testimony that we have requested with the stipulation, well, under section 11.5, with the stipulation that the capacity enhancements that are in the recommendations will be put to the top of the list of making changes to make that safer for turning in and out of there. Does that make sense? Turning in and out of the property.
No, I'm sorry. You're talking about in the traffic study recommends
Yeah,
future
in the
consideration.
traffic study.
So that would be TDOT.
Okay.
So that,
TDOT,
you know,
so we can't do anything without that.
Well, I mean, we certainly can suggest to TDOT and tell them, you know, that
Then let's
this,
highly suggest to TDOT.
yeah, it's their intersection. Both of those are their roads. So, but we certainly can say that this board recommends that they study that.
That would be my recommendation.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and second. Vote.
Pull this finger over.
Okay, the motion did not pass. Gentlemen, is there another motion?
I make a motion that we table that till next month and when we can get more members here to vote.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
This would be a
This is to table.
Motion to table till July the 2nd. I believe. Okay, that motion passed, so, gentlemen, I assume we will see you next month. Is there any other business on our agenda tonight? Okay. I believe we need a motion to adjourn. I move we adjourn.
I second that motion.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We are adjourned. Folks, thank you for bearing with us this evening, and have a good week.